Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where we do have plenty of Barca news and transfer updates coming your way today. And I've got to say, I really want your opinion on all of the topics that we have in today's video as we go on to talk about Nico Williams, about Omar Marmoush, that is a really interesting one, and also Vitor Roque. We've got to talk about his progress this season at Real Betis, especially after the weekend. All of that is on the way for you here today, and even despite the loss at the weekend, I hope that you're all still in good spirits. Let's do this. But indeed, guys, today's video is coming to you courtesy of Manscaped, who, as we know, are a very big help to the channel, really do help out here with the videos to keep them coming to you guys. And I tell you what else is coming. Christmas, and it is coming at a rapid rate right now, and all that I say it every year, do not leave everything until the last minute. It's not fun, it's not funny, you've got to get your Christmas shopping done now, and why don't you let Manscaped help you out ahead of the big day on the horizon, because you may want to go there, guys, as a great gift idea for the chairman. I think this would be absolutely perfect there for somebody like your dad, maybe your uncle, something like that. It's got a really nice retro vibe about it there, the chairman. I really do like the look of that. But of course, you do also have the option of the ever-reliable Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, and I believe that the White Hot and Forge Gold editions, they are still available right now, and they'd be absolutely perfect there for really cool-looking Christmas gifts, or maybe you want to go for one of the Manscaped all-in-one packages there. The Performance package in particular comes with a whole great selection of Manscaped products, and whatever you choose there, whatever you'd like to go with over on the website, why don't you get some money off in the process? You can get 20% off your order with the code TalkFCB. Just tap that in at checkout and you can get some great gifts, either for your family, your friends, maybe even yourself, and you can save some money in the process, guys, and help the channel. We'll all be happy here, and I really do appreciate your support. Because if we do then kick off with Nico Williams first of all, because I've got to say, guys, you always expect, when transfer rumours are just around the corner, especially here during an international break, you're going to hear a few links still to Nico Williams. Barca are not fully shutting the door on him right now. I think they are looking at him still a little bit, but the big question is, should they actually return for him? In 2025, is Nico Williams still a name that should be linked to Barca? Because it was interesting just a few days ago now when Nico Williams actually came out in an interview and he spoke very openly about the fact that over the summer, Yamal, Alejandro Balde, lots of those Barca Spanish players, they were texting him all summer long saying, look, come to Barca, you got to make that decision, please come and join us here. So he's very open about that fact there, and he even admitted that still today he gets messages from Barcelona fans, and he also said, though, it's from two different sides. Some people tell him, please come to Barca, we want you to sign here for the club in the future, but he does get messages saying, we don't need you now. We do not need you anymore at this club. And I think overall, Nico Williams, he seems to be relatively happy with his decision to stay at Athletic Club, of course, alongside his brother Iñaki. And we'll never really know whether he regrets saying no back in the summer to Barca and exactly what all went into that decision. Because don't forget, Barca, in terms of fair play, it wasn't exactly ideal. There was lots going on. It was a bit of a circus with Barca, of course, in the transfer window. But like I say, the big question now is, should we still be interested in Nico Williams? Because honestly, this season in La Liga, it hasn't exactly been great for him. You're looking at the numbers alone. 1 goal, 1 assist so far in 11 games in La Liga. And of course, it's not all about the stats, but in terms of end product there and in terms of what he's doing to stand out and really set the world alight, it's not really happening for him at Athletic Club right now. And that was always going to be the issue, in my opinion, with staying there. Because you go from playing in such an exciting, such a jaw-dropping Spanish team in the summer, the way that he was combining, of course, with all of his teammates there in that team, and then to go from that back to Athletic Club, whereby they're having a decent season. They're doing well there. By their own standards, they're doing very well, but it's not really going to give you the same feel as what we saw from Nico at the Euros there. So my big question right now is, do you go back to somebody who outright rejected you? At the end of the day here, Barca went in for him. We were willing to pay the money, to pay the release clause there to get him out of Athletic Club. And in the end, he simply said, I'm going to stay at least for 1 more year. And I just always had this opinion, and I said it recently over on MORETALKFCB, if a player says no, especially to Barca, especially here to big clubs, if they say no to your face, you move on. You know, you can't be giving people second chances, third chances there, just waiting for them to make up their mind. At the end of the day, we've got our project. We've got to move on here together. We've all seen what we've been able to do this season with the players that we already have. And of course, the big thing now is that have Barca located other options? That's the real risk here when you say no, when you turn down Barcelona. They're not just then going to look at you, going on there, looking to the future, other players pop up, other players start to perform maybe better than you are, and have Barca now located a different option, because I have to introduce you here to a potential Barcelona target, and that is Omar Marmoush. He is a 25-year-old Egyptian winger currently playing his football in the Bundesliga for Eintracht Frankfurt. And well, so far this season, guys, quite simply, he has been on fire in front of goal. He already has 14 goals and 10 assists in just 16 games in all competitions this season, and only one other player in the world has managed to achieve 10 plus goals and assists so far this season, and that just happens to be his compatriot, Mohamed Salah, who's having another incredible season at Liverpool. And I've got to say about Omar Marmoush, I love his game style. I absolutely love watching this man here. He's very, very comfortable on the ball. He can run, he can dribble, he's very, very good in tight spaces there. He's got plenty of tricks up his sleeve as well. He's one of those players who's exciting to watch. You don't see them all the time in modern football here. He's somebody who I think would thrive in the freedom of Hansi Flick's system. And also, by the way, he can finish. He has been very composed in front of goal this season. And some of the free kicks that he is scoring, by the way, out of this world. The power on them, the precision, the placement has been extraordinary. I mean, you can make a highlight reel out of those free kicks alone with him. He actually scored a free kick, guys, in 3 successive games earlier on this season. I mean, we at Barca, we'd love to have some of that. We would love to get a real set-piece specialist back at the club. And right now it's interesting because the fee that we're hearing mentioned in the media appears to be around about 45 million euros. And whether or not that'll prove to be the case come the summer, we don't know. Depends how Marmoush's season continues to develop. But I mean, 45 million in today's game, certainly for an attacking player, putting up these kinds of numbers, I mean, it doesn't exactly seem to be on the expensive side. And I think it's even more so when you consider his versatility. That is one of the big reasons here why Barca are really interested in him right now. They are apparently tracking him and really, really encouraged by what they are seeing, because he can play as the centre forward there, as the striker, the leading man in the team, but he is just as comfortable as well playing on the left wing, which just happens to be 2 positions at Barca that we are desperately looking to add depth in. And this actually follows on really on what we discussed yesterday over on MORETALKFCB in the podcast episode there, where we said we need to add quality depth, and especially looking at the wide areas at Barca, especially looking, of course, at the number 9 role as well. We need players to come in there and give us that quality depth. So I really like the fact here that we're taking a look at Omar Marmoush. Is one of the most informed players in the world this season. Honestly, what he is doing in Germany and across all competitions in the Europa League as well, it is phenomenal. But what do you guys think there? Have you seen him in action? Do you like what you are seeing? Can he continue on this kind of trajectory until the end of the season? And would you like to see Barca make a move for him in the coming summer? Please do let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below, guys. Marmoush, do you like the look of him? But hey, in today's video, guys, we still must talk about Vitor Roque here. Speaking about that centre-forward position, we still do have a player out on loan, of course, who is very, very talented. And I think the thing about Vitor Roque that people often overlook in many ways, he's still only 19 years old. This is still his first proper season in European football. Don't forget, he's come over from Brazil, where he was very, very successful, where he was very, very talented. Of course, he had that really rough start at Barca, which definitely damaged and dented his confidence. He's spoken openly about that. He struggled to be even happy once arriving in Barcelona and not really knowing where he was going to stand. And I think for that reason here, I think he's actually building himself up well at Real Betis. I really, really do. Look at his performance at the weekend there. He's got a fantastic goal against Celta Vigo there. Typical number 9 goal. Positions himself really well. Finishes the chance off absolutely beautifully. He's got 3 goals in 7 starts for Betis, which, yeah, it's not setting the world alight, but it's a solid return. And now he's starting to get more and more minutes there at Real Betis, working his way into the starting lineup, which even in itself there, it's good progress to be made, because I would compare it here with somebody like Endrick at Real Madrid, where there was so much hype about him, so much talk about, how much was he going to play, how much an impact was he going to have early on. And again, he's had barely any minutes for Real Madrid. These are very, very young players that need time. They need opportunities here to grow in their respective teams. And I think here with Vitor Roque, what is actually going to happen to him? What is the plan from within inside of the club? Because we can't just forget about him. We did spend very, very big money on him. In the difficult financial situation that we were in, we still spent big to get him here. And what's going to happen with him? What is the plan here? Are we going to use him in some sort of way there to bring down the cost of another signing? Will we include him in another deal there for another player, maybe another attacking one? Are we going to try and outright sell him to claw back as much of that transfer fee that we paid as possible? These are options that you do hear rumoured in the media. Or will he get another chance at Barca? And I think the most important thing for Vitor Roque now is he's made his way into that Betis team. That was the first thing. Get yourself regular minutes in La Liga, show what you can do. And now the next step for him, it's going to be performing and it's going to be scoring on a consistent basis in this league. Because if he can put up some serious numbers there, everybody's going to be happy, because Barca may indeed, at some point, give him another opportunity. If he's putting up incredible numbers, you won't be able to say no. But even then, if he starts to really impress, you've got more options as well, because more clubs then will be looking at him, more clubs will be willing to pay for him, more clubs will be happy to have him included in deals, so everybody will win if Roque just keeps growing here. It's good for his career. I want to see him do well, because it was really tough to see him go through a dark time when he arrived at Barca, so I'm glad here that he's playing, that he's scoring again, and he is only a young player. We have to remember that here. He is improving now, and let's see how he continues to kick on as this season progresses, guys. But what is your thoughts there on Vitor Roque? Would you like to see him get another opportunity here? Do you think that's even possible, or do you see him as a player that we will move on maybe at the first opportunity? There is lots for you guys to let me know in the comments down below today, from Nico Williams to Omar Marmoush and indeed our very own Vitor Roque. I'll be waiting, guys, to hear what you have to say, and I will see you very soon in the videos to come on the channel. Thank you indeed for tuning in. A big shout out here to Manscaped. Don't forget to get your Christmas shopping done early. Thanks for the support, guys. But until next time, as always, Visca, El Barça.